Hello YouTube, I am Jake the Creeper, and today we shall be reviewing one of my very first LEGO Transformers. So, if you'll bear with me, we shall take a look at him. And here is my very first LEGO Transformer. I like to call him the Destroyer, mostly because of how buff this guy is, and he has, a giant cannon there and a big hammer there. It just seemed like an appropriate name for him. So before we transform him, we'll get a real quick size comparison. So here he is standing behind a Lego, or not a Lego, but a chess piece Megatron, which is at the head he's about 3 inches tall, so I'm guessing Destroyer's probably like 3.5, I'd say, rough estimate. Don't really have a tape ruler with me at the moment to take a measure on that, but just guessing, looks like it'd be about, 3.5. So yeah, he's pretty cool. He's, for being my first LEGO Transformer, he doesn't have the best transformation in the world, but in the end it sorta looks not that bad. Not the best, I'll admit that. And yes, he is kinda multicolored. I just couldn't find a lot of the same pieces, so some of them's different colors. Some of them it's just really laziness, because I didn't really feel like looking through all the Legos that I have for the exact right pieces. So no, this guy's pretty cool. It sort of has like vents on his chest and random blue thing. Not sure what that was supposed to be. Just kind of looked, Cybertronian sort of. And then on his shoulders, in robot mode, they sort of look like vents, but really they're more like treads. Got his knee pads, which are different from most knee pads. Most knee pads are attached to the lower sections of the leg, but with him they're actually attached up here on his thigh. And they too have those weird vents on them, but for the most part they're supposed to be down. And he has two different legs. There's a reason behind that. It's two completely different legs, except for up here they're the exact same, but at the bottom they're completely different, and that does serve a purpose. His arms are mostly the exact same, except for on the back here, one has a white square, one has a brown one. I couldn't find another white one. And that little piece right there, I couldn't find a white one of it either. I know I have some white 1x2s, but today's my lazy day. It's hard to see. There you go, should be able to see. He has a green eye, and sort of like spikes on the side of his head. His head originally had two different designs, and I just decided to go with this. It's much simpler than the original. Crap. We killed him. Much simpler than the original design. Here, I'll just pop this off. Decapitation. Fatality. Mortal Kombat there. The original design I had for him, his head was more like this. And I thought that looked cool, but it just proved way too much to manage to get this side and this side perfectly lined up. Like that. I mean, yeah, it is cool, and it's probably worth it in the end to do that much for him, but it just took too long. So I just went with this. It's much easier, easily lines up with the face, whatnot. It doesn't really have a face, just one green eye. Is it? It makes them unique. So we'll stick that back on there. Now this is just some kind of fusion cannon thing, and what in the world just happened with my camera? It just went doolally on me. It's weird. It's some kind of funky green crap going on here. I think it might be something to do with this. For now, just bear with me. So, first off, yeah, this is a giant fusion cannon. For his alternate form, it has a joint here to look up and down. That's really all the further down it can go. He has little hands. So, what you want to do, first off, is just take this off. We'll set it over there. And then this is just like a big hammer, sort of like the gravity hammers in Halo, you know, just boom! You know, he can fight people with his mighty hammer of justice. But, we'll take that out too and set it over there. It also can double as like a rifle, sorta. You know, it can sit like this. But I just liked them more of having a hammer. So, I guess, since I don't have much time left, I will get down to transforming him. So, what you want to do with his head is just literally turn it so it's parallel with this blue square, sorta, and sorta like fits in between these two things on his back, which once you turn his head, it gives you the clearance to do that and that. So, sorta fills that in. It doesn't hide his head very well, and this will become the top of his vehicle form, and his head, you know, is right there, but it's just first time making a Lego Transformer. I couldn't really figure out a ingenious way to, well, I guess not ingenious, but genius way to hide his head very well. So I just figured, you know what, we'll just turn it to the side and put these things on his back, and you can even do this, I guess, but that hides it better, but it doesn't. Yeah, I guess that works. We'll actually leave it like that. That looks cool. I never noticed that. Oops. Then you see his shoulders are on these sliding joints. You just want to slide them down. This one already slid down because of the hammer, so we'll just do that. And then you just take them, turn them all the way around. Same thing on this side, turn it all the way around. And there's pretty much the arms done, except for, oops, I forgot to do his arms, really. Take the spikes and just turn them like that. They sort of cover his hands, and you turn them like that. Same thing on this side, and just straight up like that. And then when you go over here, you just flip them up. These become sort of like towers or something. I'm not really sure what they were meant to be. I just, again, like the head, couldn't find a way to really do anything with them, so I just, you know, stuck them there. Alright, then we'll come and work on the legs. Alright, we're just gonna slide this out a little bit and flip it up. Same thing on this side. Flip it up. Crap, I think I pushed it the wrong way. Yeah, I did. Oops. Yeah, I pushed it the wrong way. Actually, I don't really think... No, you didn't need to move the legs at all. Oops. And you just sort of straighten the legs out so he stands up. Fix these so they're the right way. And you're almost done. You just flip this down and this down. And there you sort of have your own Cybertronian base looking thing. There. So now he looks like this. Kind of weird, kind of just him with his arms up and his legs down and his toes down, but that's about it. Now to arm him up. We'll take this, and we're just gonna put it right on his head. Then we're going to take this, and using that little peg right there, put it right on that, and there. Now you have a base that has got two giant cannons on it. One looking backwards, one looking forward. So I am Jake the Creeper, and this is my first LEGO creation.